Okay, I'm doing a little fleet video, and I wanted to talk about some ships that are upcoming, and I may rearrange my fleet a little bit. But anyways, I just want to nerd out and talk ships. So I've got my current fleet ships I like, and some big ships that my friends have that I'll definitely crew on. So let's start with the big bad, the Liberator. This will be my primary moneymaker, my ship transporting ship, my mothership. I'm gonna land tons of things on it, transport them, and use them, whether that's solo or with the group. We're yet to find out. Liberators in pre-production. They might add, what I'm hoping for is a crafting table, and maybe we could do manual repair on ships, or maybe a few things are going to change. I would love to see more PDCs on it. I've made videos on that. You can check it out on the channel. But with crafting coming in the near future, I've decided to get a salvager and a starter miner ship, the Golem and the Fortune. I should have made a script for this. So Golem, it's like a little starter miner. You can't change the mining head on the front of the Golem, but it can fill just as much up in its mining bags as the Prospector, which is pretty impressive. But the Prospector can fit all that, and it has a bed, if you're staying out there longer. So I'm going to use the Golem to mine little things. If I like mining and it's helpful in crafting, I might upgrade that to something bigger, but I think I could settle for that. And then with the Fortune, I picked that over the Vulture. They're both similar size because it has auto unloading, so I'm kind of lazy, so it kind of works out for me. In the Vulture, you can fit more, but you have to get out of the pilot seat and like pull each individual box. And if I like salvaging a lot, or if I find I can't fit components, scrape, and disintegration into like construction materials, if I can't fit all that, I might go with something bigger, like, maybe like a medium salvage ship, like the Moth or something, if it gets fixed, but, which recently came out. And Legionnaire, this is my boarding piracy ship. I probably should have zoomed in earlier. I don't know how useful this will be, but I think the quicker I could get heavy armored friends onto a ship, whether that's bounty hunting or piracy, two things that I am interested in, would be cool. Got the F7A Hornet Mark II. This is my go-to fighter. Love this ship. And I also have a Paladin. This is like my two-person bad boy brawler. This ship is amazing. I love how it looks. I love the turret on top with 4 size 5s. The only thing is, I don't always have a turret gunner, and there are going to be some bigger ships coming out that we're going to get to a little bit later. So I don't know if I'm going to always have that crewed. Maybe I will downgrade to a heavy fighter. I always wanted to be a heavy fighter pilot, but the heavy fighters aren't in the best position right now. But I've been seeing some YouTubers learn how to use them. So I might do a video on them and what I'm learning from those other YouTubers. And yeah, so maybe heavy fighters will have their role. So these are some ships that I like. So let's start with the Odyssey. This is my exploration big capital ship thing. It's not a capital, but if the Liberator isn't what I want, it might become the Odyssey. This thing can fuel itself up for long voyages. It can scan jump tunnels, which could be good if I'm in trouble for the piracy that I mentioned. I can fit some cargo, but what I really love about it is this hangar, dude. This giant hangar here. Like, you could bring a Guardian or something. It can fit some other large ships. It's a beautiful hangar. The only issue is this hangar is really tall, so it might be a little inefficient to have certain ships land in it that aren't taking up that height. But it's tall and it's decently wide. Anyways, I like this ship. I think it'll be able to grow its own like vegetation, or it can grow something on there. I'm gonna have to watch a video on it. I don't know when this thing was announced, but anyways, I love how the ramp comes down. It has like this alien tech to it, and I've been liking some miss ships after flying the Star Lancer, even though I no longer want a Star Lancer. The Arastra, if I like mining, I mean, maybe I would get this. I'm not like a huge mining person, but maybe. It's a really cool ship. I love this design. I love its firepower, actually. Very, very cool ship. I think mining players are going to be really happy with that. Terrapin Medic. It's the only medic ship on here. I mean, I used to think big about doing medical, but medical is like really falling off, so I'm not even going to worry about that. If it's cool later and rewarding and something you need, maybe. Terrapin scanning ship, I mean, what are we going to use scanning for? It could be cool. You fly it off the Liberator Odyssey. That's like my intention with some of these ships, is to fly it out of these ships, whether that's solo or with friends. Should be with friends though, but we will see. Because like some people want to solo their big ships, and we're gonna see how that all works. I'm not gonna get an end of that can of worms. Mantis, piracy / bounty hunting. Holding enemies in. I don't really like sitting between 2 points with the quantum interdictor going, but I do like to snare an opportunity once you see it, or if you're chasing a bounty once you've reached that bounty. Kind of like opportunistic. I kind of like that. So that's why I might go with the Guardian QI. The only thing is, I wish this QI had the 4 size 4s, because the 2 size 5s on it are great for punching up, but dude, punching down, it's pretty rough, because you pretty much have to go with the CFs, which can hit ships really well, but I like to be in that like 1400 speed with velocity with my weapons, but there's no good size 5 that's there. I mean, maybe like the Omniskis, but those are cannons. I want something like a little bit quicker so I could fight fighters and I could still punch up, but you just gotta go with the CFs. So I'm very, very interested in this ship. I'm waiting for it to be purchasable in game to test it. FAC Lightning is a beautiful ship. I know tons of people who own it, love it. I'm keeping an eye on it, especially if Squadron comes out. I think you might get an F8A if you beat Squadron, but who knows when that's coming out and when that is going to happen. Vanguard Sentinel. Vanguard has always been my favorite ship in the game. I'm just very disappointed in it, and I'm tired of waiting for it to be good in PvP. Whether that's changing the size 5s, hopefully they can add like a size 5 that has better velocities. Plus the size 2 turret on top sucks. But with Vanguard Sentinel, that EMP could have potential, and they did say it might become missiles one day, which could be cool, because I kept getting kicked out of Arena Commander trying to use this ship, and I would EMP enemies and disable them, and I would EMP teammates and disable them during a laser meta, and it was rough. I really should have zoomed in on this. The Expanse, this will be a refiner ship. I mean, maybe refining will be good and useful. I mean, I might just go to stations with it, but if you're out and about and like a Liberator, you got all the boys, could be cool. I don't know if this is for me, but I threw it on there. Vulcan, repair ship, maybe this will fix armor. I want to see this used in combat, like as like a healer, because I usually main healer and warriors and like every MMO that I've played, and I've done great with both. Like min-maxed them and been pretty high up there. I don't need to get into all that. Zeus Mark II MR, great bounty hunting ship. It has EMP and snare and some nice turrets. I have some buddies who own this, so I'm always keeping my eye on this. Depending on when bounty hunting is retouched, could be really cool. But man, the Zeus really let me down with the Zeus CL, and like it's small ramp, and then the way you had to stack cargo was such a mini game. Like, I just want to throw 32 SCU boxes in there and chill. Asgard, one of the best ships. I swapped it out for the Paladin, but man, it just does cargo, ground vehicles, everything like that. If I didn't currently own a Liberator for ground vehicles and cargo and stuff, I would 100% have an Asgard. If you own one, you know about it. If you want one, It's expensive, but you should get it. It's a good one. It's actually a mole, but this is the moth since they haven't updated it yet. Stardom Grim hasn't updated this yet. But I'm grateful that we even have this site. It's amazing. So with the moth, what I like about it is the size and the storage, because when I think about pulling components from salvaged ships with the Fortune and Vulture, I always like rack my brain over how much can I take? Can I fit it all? Can I scrape? Can I break it down? And with the moth, you don't have to worry about all that, but it's not the best solo chip, so that is what it is. But I don't know, if the boys want to salvage, great, they could be in here. If not, and I got time, maybe I solo it. I'm keeping an eye on it. It came out with a lot of bugs, which was very disappointing. But I actually like it, especially the oh my god, dude, the engines on the back. I don't know if I can show them. I can't. It looks good, man, especially with the concierge white and orange and black paint. It reminds me of the Asimov. No, wait, is that a sniper? I think it was a paint from Counter-Strike. It was the Asimov, and I had it on the M4. Dude, is my favorite paint. I never liked orange until I got that, and the white, the orange, and the black, just something about that combination I like. That and black and blue. The Hermes is actually Impala Medevac, but I just retitled it. The Hermes is kind of cool. I really like how that tractor beam goes on a rail system. Maybe that could be a good cargo ship, but I wouldn't mind seeing it on some other ships. And I know there's other amazing ships out there that people love, and teach their own. I like this little bundle here. I'm sure CRG is going to bring out another ship, and every single month I'm going to want whatever new ship comes out. But for now, these are what I'm looking at. These are some big ships that my friends own that I plan on crewing on, because like I want these big combat ships and utility ships, but I'm also like, I'm just gonna hop on friendships and crew, and then they might hop on my ship for a weekend. Like, do we all need all these big ships and multiple ships? But beyond that existential question is the Ironclad, dude. This is, I think, the #1 most hyped ship. You're gonna run so much cargo. You could probably have ships land in here. It's amazing. I love all the engines on the back, dude. Almost perfect ship. But what gets me is I used to fly a Caterpillar, and I hate flying it from the side, man. Just let us fly it from the center. But regardless, Ironclad owners are going to love it. I just cannot get over the side flying. Plus, I have the Liberator, like I mentioned. The Galaxy, I used to want. I love the modularity on it. It's so versatile, that versatility. Plus, this design look is just chef's kiss. My issue with it is the whole base building dilemma, how it wasn't going to get one, even though like it was shown that it was going to have one. Now they're doubling back on it. That plus like medical losing its only like what tier 1 and tier 2 beds can, I think it was only tier 1 beds could res, or whatever it was. Now like tier 3 beds can res, so like that took away the medical for me on this ship. And some other better cargo ships have come out. So this thing is jack of all trades, but it's a master of none. But man, is it amazing. Like anyone who owns this, you're going to make money. You're going to be able to be versatile for your team and your friends. And that is amazing. Just by going to a dry dock. Plus, I do like that it has all these size 5s. I think it has 2, 4, 6. Yeah, this is pretty good. The Perseus. Oh my god, have I been always wanting and waiting for this shark in space. It is beautiful. I love the big guns. I know too many people that have this, and they all compete for us to turret gun on it, and I just don't need one because everyone else has one. But man, this is a good one to have, especially if you punch it up. Originally, I thought it was good on its armor and health, but man, it could use some more armor and it could use some more health. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. you know, I wanted to throw a Kraken on here, an Idris, a Javelin, the future battle cruiser, but I think these are big enough for me for right now. But hey, if they add an NPC crew and AI blades, I mean, I might up those numbers. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, yeah, current fleet, ones I like, friends, big ships. That's pretty much it. Thanks for listening to my V voice. See ya.